Like the title says, I played Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV. What a mouthful. So you don't have to. Nintendo announced Switch 2 editions for some of their Switch 1 games during their big Switch 2 Direct a couple months ago, one of them being for Mario Party Jamboree. I actually really like Jamboree. I thought it was one of the best, if not the best, Mario Party game on the Switch 1, and the concept of DLC for one of the newer Mario Party games was really exciting for me. But as the weeks got closer to release, I definitely became a little bit more hesitant, hearing a little bit more about what the DLC was trying to offer, and a new question formed in my head. Is it worth the $20 upgrade? That question will be answered in this video, as well as a general review on the Switch 2 content for the game. If you enjoyed the video, please consider dropping a subscription. This is just the second video on the channel, and I have a goal of trying to get better every episode. So yeah, if you think there's some potential here, think about subscribing. So I think the best way to do this review is to kind of go through section by section and sort of talk about, Jamboree TV. So I will say right away, I think that one of the big things that I noticed was the fact that Jamboree TV is actually sectioned off of like the regular Mario Party Jamboree and then Jamboree TV. It's like in a separate save essentially. So there's no compatibility whatsoever. And I think right away that kind of tells someone someone that has a brain all they need to know about this experience and how well it's implemented into Mario Party Jamboree. It's just a separate mode, and that's not really the worst thing ever, but it's something that you got to consider for sure. But yeah, I think we can just kind of talk about the whole experience. I have some B-roll footage that I recorded. I don't have a capture card yet, so I had to record through my phone, which is a little silly, but I think it'll be fine, so no stress there. But yeah, so let's talk about the modes. So first off, we have Carnival Coaster. This is the big mouse minigame, or big mouse mode, I should say. It's cooperative. It feels very much like River Raft Survival if you played, I think it's Super Mario Party. That was the first one that they put on the Switch. It feels very much like a spiritual successor to that in terms of they have time-based objectives. So basically how it works is you're doing basically an on-rails shooter. So you're in a coaster and you're just mouse controlling around, shooting things on the screen and getting some extra time for your overall timer. And then if your overall timer runs out, then I guess you lose. It's super, super easy, so there's no way that anyone would ever lose this. And then you play a couple mini games, which are mouse mini games, but they are time objectives, which is whatever. Yeah, so Carnival Coaster is fine. It's very basic. There's 5 different coasters, which I think is pretty cool objectively. It is cool that there's 5 different coasters that you can ride. And I will say, when I first played it, I did think it was pretty cool. The mouse mode feels really, really good. That's something that is very, very present in this, is that mouse mode feels great. The mini games are also really fun. There was one particular one that was a domino one, which I thought was really, really cool. There was also an air hockey one that I thought was fun. Overall, the mouse mini games were good, but this is about Carnival Coaster. Yeah, it kind of just felt like a tech demo for mouse controls, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was just a better version of River Raft Survival. It was very one note. I'm not gonna lie, considering this is one of the flagship modes for Jamboree TV, I kind of was expecting something a bit more than a very, very on-rails experience. There's pretty much no way you can lose. It is random mini games, but there's only a couple mini games to choose from, as we'll talk about later. Yeah, it was cool, but it just didn't really do anything for me past that first initial time I played it. Next, Bowser Live. Bowser Live is also one of the other flagship modes. If you look at the icon for the game on the Switch, it's Jamboree TV on the top, and then Jamboree, and then the plus bar on the bottom is the coaster mode, and then the Bowser thing. So, this is the other flagship mode, and this one's really, really disappointing. The main gimmick with it is that it either uses camera controls or voice controls as, your mini-game choice. And essentially what it is it's a 2v2 versus mode where you're basically trying to hype up the crowd at a Bowser concert or something. But because of the lack of variety in mini games, there's 3. There's 3 mini games. I really was not a big fan of this. I thought that thought it was fine the first time I played it. Like, it was kind of funny because, like, you know, it uses the camera controls so you can literally see, like, yourself at the Bowser thing, and it's like a funny novelty, but the mode is super not good. Like, it's very boring. My only thing is that it could be fun with friends, but I highly doubt it. But yeah, it was fun for the first time, but like, for being a flagship mode in this DLC, you would expect something a bit more, especially the fact that it only has 3 minigames. I thought that was like really bad in my opinion, so not a huge fan of that. Those are the 2 flagship things for sure, and I would say overall I would find them pretty disappointing. I think that, again, I really would have expected more in something like this. To me, I'm just going to be honest with you, to me these feel like replacements for a board or something. Like, you know, when they were thinking about how we can, you know, expand this game, they decided to go with this instead of adding like new boards and new content to the regular Mario Party. And I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think that they definitely had a missed opportunity here to like actually create like more content for the thing that a lot of people come to play, which is regular Mario Party. But there is some new content, which we're going to talk about right now. So there are 2 new game modes in Mario Party Jamboree TV, which is Frenzy game mode and Duo mode. I will say something that's a little weird about this is that Frenzy and Duo mode can only be accessed in Jamboree TV, which means that any achievements or anything do not count for your regular save. Again, I really don't like that this game, the DLC, literally feels like a separate game to the base game. I think that's just extremely lazy on Nintendo's part, just to be honest. Frenzy and Duo mode, they're fine. Like, I think Frenzy mode is definitely going to be the thing that I'm going to be playing with my friends when I'm playing Mario Party, just because it's the shortest mode you can play. They say it's 60 minutes. I would say it's probably more like 35 if you're playing optimally. Yeah, it's whatever. It's not anything super crazy, but it's nice that they're adding more ways to play, even if it is sectioned off in a different part of the game. And Duo mode I actually think is going to be also really successful, just because, you know, it's Duo mode. Like, you're able to do 2v2, and a lot of people like doing 2v2 in Mario Party anyways without having like a specific rule set for it. So yeah, I like it. I think overall good additions. And I will say one cool thing about the Duo mode is that you can play certain mouse mini games in it, which I think is pretty cool. Using the new stuff and the old stuff is kind of what I really wanted from this DLC. Was I wanted to feel like this was like an upgrade pack, essentially. Like with the Zelda upgrades, I didn't pay for them, but I got Nintendo Switch Online, so I got them for free. But they felt like upgrades. Like when I downloaded it, like, and I played the game, they felt like an upgraded version of the game. And Jamboree TV to me kind of just feels like a separate $20 add-on to a game that I don't think needed that. I don't think that they needed to do that. But yeah, so let's talk about the new minigames, which again, I will say I do like the new minigames. The mouse minigames are pretty cool, and there's some really fun ones. But I did the math, and it seems like there's only 17 new minigames that you can actually like play in the minigame hub. 3 of them are Bowser minigames, and 14 of them are mouse minigames. I think that that's really a big failure on Nintendo's part. I think that the mouse minigame amount is not bad, but there's 17 minigames and there's $20 to buy the game, and it's like you're not even getting a minigame per dollar, and I think that's like, again, indicative of kind of the experience that you're getting with this upgrade pack. It's just, you know, not really too much. You're not going to hear me complaining about the quality of the minigames, because they are quality. Again, a couple of them are really, really fun, and the mouse controls feel really good. That's another thing. Like, something that I was a little worried about just with the Switch 2 in general was mouse control feeling. Like, if it just doesn't feel good or doesn't feel responsive, then it's kind of a waste of a feature, but it feels really good. So there's definitely no stress over there. But yeah, so kind of general thoughts. I said this throughout the review, but it just feels very lazy overall. It just feels like Nintendo really just tried to figure out, okay, let's add a couple things to Mario Party, but the way that they went about it, I think, like, I don't think there's anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with wanting to add more content to a really good Mario Party game. The problem is that when you section off that content with not only more with a price, you're with a price point that's like pretty high considering the content that you're getting. I don't really think that it's very like fair to the consumer, especially because like when you're thinking of an upgrade pack for a game, you're not expecting the upgrade pack to essentially just be fully separate content from the main game. So that's like one of my big gripes with it, I think. The two main new content modes, like I said, are fun for the first time, but they get old really quick. You'll have fun playing it for the first time with your friends, and then you'll probably never play it again, to be honest with you. I do think kids will like it, but you know, it's Nintendo. Kids are gonna like it, so there's nothing crazy with that. Yeah, the mouse mini games are just not implemented very well. There's no free-for-all mouse mini game, which I think is insane. I really would have liked to see more of like competitive mouse mini games rather than just what's it called, cooperative mouse mini games, because they're almost all cooperative or 2v2. So they're fun, but more variety would have been something that I really would have liked. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the camera as well. So the camera, they make you turn on the camera when you open up Jamboree TV, which I guess is maybe the reason why they wanted it to be a separate thing. And I don't think it really matters that much. I didn't love that they wanted me to use the camera the entire time, especially because, well, I mean, it's funny and like it is cool to see the camera. Like it just seems so unnecessary to me, especially because like it just isn't great. Like the camera technology is definitely the weakest thing. Like they don't have great software for the camera right now. I don't know. I didn't love how much the camera was implemented. Again, it was funny. Like when with the B-roll footage, you're gonna be able to see my stupid face looking dumb the whole time, but like it just doesn't really do anything for me, and it just, again, it feels unnecessary. Overall, would I recommend Mario Party Jamboree Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV? You know, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say that this game, or this DLC pack, while there are some things that are pretty cool, it feels very, very, very limited and very tech demo-y. I think that there's way better things that you can spend 20 bucks on in the Nintendo Switch eShop than this. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go with a not recommend on this one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.